This is my review of the Iberostar Grand Packard Hotel in Havana, Cuba. This is a ultra-modern hotel, probably one of the best I've ever seen in Cuba. At nighttime, it looks like, honestly, the mothership has landed. And this hotel is run by the Iberostar Group from Spain. On the 6th floor, there is an infinity pool. Here it is overlooking Havana Harbor. In the opposite direction, the pool overlooks central Havana. Some of my female subscribers have been asking for me to go topless in my videos so they can admire my big muscles. Okay, I just made that up. Nobody asked me to go topless in my video. You know, I just said that because it sounds good. But you have to admit that this infinity pool is really nice. And me in the pool makes it look even nicer. I just have to throw that in there. This is the main lobby of the hotel. This is the atrium. This is a hallway that leads to your room. This is my room at the hotel. Like the other areas of the hotel, there's a neon theme throughout. The air conditioning works really well here. It kept my room at a cool 18 degrees Celsius the whole time. There is a large flat screen TV on the wall, which has a lot of Canadian and American channels. Housekeeping is really good. I've never seen anybody else make this kind of design with the curtains. The beds are very comfortable. The washrooms are all ultra-modern throughout. And there are double sinks. These are the power plugs located in the room. They come with the USB ports. They're at 220 volts. They will fit standard 2-prong and 3-prong North American plugs. This is the gym. The neon theme continues here. The gym was very clean and very well equipped. There was techno gym equipment, which tends to be what you find in the hotels in Cuba. The staff at the hotel is very professional and friendly. This is the waitress in the buffet. Looking at the picture now, I realize we almost look like twins. Same eyes, same nose, same mouth. I could become an honorary Cuban. This is the security in the lobby. When I first got there, I was caught in a rainstorm, so I put on this disposable rain suit that I had. As soon as I came into the hotel, they were like, "Are you staying here at the hotel, senor?" I go, "Yes." I then went and took off my rain suit and threw it in the garbage and came back 5 minutes later. And then they said, "Excuse me, senor, are you staying at this hotel?" I go, "Oh, come on, I just talked to you 5 minutes ago." And they go, "Oh, sorry, senor, we didn't recognize you without your clear garbage bag on." This is the concierge in the front. I'm not sure exactly what they were talking about. I think they're talking about circles. The circle is big, circle, circle. And she's replying, "Yes, circle is over there. Yes, over there." Down the street from the hotel, about 4 blocks, is the Capitol building. I took this shot in the nighttime. The Capitol building is modeled after the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. in the United States. Next door to the Capitol building is Havana Opera House. This was built in 1914. In Spanish, they call it the Grand Teatro de la Havana. It was built as a community social center. Inside, it has a nice spiral staircase. It was undergoing renovations at the time. This is the dance hall on the 3rd floor. This is on the roof of the Opera House. I did a 360-degree picture with my GoPro. There's the Capitol building. And then as you keep turning, you see the promenade, the Paseo del Prado, which is the street going down in front of the Capitol building and this building. Immediately straight ahead right now, you see the National Museum of Fine Arts. And then beside that to the left is the Kempinski Hotel. And then you see the Iberostar Park Central Hotel. Now you're looking at the Havana Harbor. And then going to the left here, you're looking at Central Havana, which is the real Cuba. It only costs $2 US to go inside this building. You also get a guide. I paid him $10 US. When we were up on the roof, I tried to get a picture of him, but it was hard to get him to open his eyes because the sun was shining directly at him. After about the 3rd take, he says, "How's that, senor?" I go, "Perfecto." This is the Iberostar Park Central Hotel. This is another hotel that was undergoing renovations at the time. This is the Hotel Saratoga. It's famous because they were refilling the gas at the hotel, and then there was a gas leak which caused an explosion which destroyed the bottom 5 floors of this hotel. It looks like they're going to try to restore it. There's also carriage rides throughout Old Havana. Near the entrance to the hotel, you'll find this guy out on the street. I considered him to be the Amazon of Cuba. Whatever you want, he'll get for you, and real fast. The first day I saw him, I said, I want to see all the local monuments in the area. Took me on a little personalized walking tour of all the buildings and monuments in the area, including this one. The next day when I saw him, I said, I want to do some fishing off the Malecon. He then took me to a little park about 3 blocks from the hotel. All the local fishermen gathered there. They gave me like a bag of shrimp, a bag of worms, and they changed a line on my fishing rod to a heavier one, and they changed the tackle setup. This gentleman is handicapped from a car accident. He has limited use of his right arm and right leg, but he was one of the hardest working guys I've ever seen. I think I spent over $120 US with him, but if you work hard, then you deserve to get ahead. It was money well spent. This is the house of Ernesto Che Guevara. Is behind that green car on the right. It has a commanding view of all of Havana and Havana Harbor. I didn't eat at the hotel because the prices they were charging were not in keeping with the standard in Havana. For example, one beer at the hotel cost $10 Canadian. If you just walked 2 blocks into Old Havana, and went to a restaurant such as this 5-star restaurant called Five Sentidos, you could get a lobster dinner with all the drinks, dessert, and tip included for $25 Canadian. Here I'm pictured with the manager, Alejandro, and the lovely and attentive waitress, Sophia. I would highly recommend this place. I had the lobster dinner. For dessert, I had their cheesecake, and I also had the chocolate cake. Another good restaurant in Old Havana is Cha-Cha's. This is the doorman at Cha-Cha's. This guy had more style than anybody I've seen in Havana. They also have entertainment going on in the restaurant. I had the chicken dinner. For dessert, I had their cheesecake. Another good restaurant to go to in Old Havana is Havana 61. Here I'm pictured with the chef, Francel, and the lovely and friendly waitress, Jenny. At this point, I pushed Francel back into the kitchen, and then I got my signature shot with Jenny. Living the dream in Havana, Cuba. I had the double lobster tail dinner. It came with the sides of rice and vegetables. Here is the double-decker bus that is a hop-on, hop-off bus. For $10 US, you can ride this bus all day. Here I've gotten onto the hop-on, hop-off bus, and now I've gone up to the second level. In the background, you can see the Capitol building, and just to beside that building is the Havana Opera House. We are now going down the street of Paseo del Prado, which is Promenade. We can now see the Cuban classic cars. You can rent these cars for $20 Canadian per hour. This street divides Old Havana, which is the touristy area, with Central Havana, which is the real Havana. Old Havana is located on the right, and Central Havana is located on the left. We're now coming up to the Iberostar Grand Packard Hotel. On the right, you can see the main entrance. On the left, we're coming up to the 5-star Hotel Paseo del Prado. Straight ahead is the entrance to Havana Harbor. Havana Harbor is off to the right. There are 2 forts on either side of the harbor entrance. In ancient times, they used to string a iron cable between the 2 forts, which prevented wooden ships from entering the harbor. can now see the Malecon, which is an 8-kilometer long seawall. For some reason, there was not too many people on the seawall. It didn't matter if it was the daytime, nighttime, morning time, evening time. This is about as many people as there was on this seawall. We're now coming up to the Hotel Nacional de Cuba. This hotel was opened up in the 1930s, famously by the mob, and it was run by the mob. Famous people that have stayed at this hotel include Winston Churchill, Jimmy Carter, Frank Sinatra, John Wayne, Marlon Brando, Ernest Hemingway. The list just goes on and on. This hotel is considered to be a national symbol of Cuba. This is the newest hotel that's opened up here, the Grand Ashton. It's open for business now. There's further down you can see there's this new hotel complex that is just being built. It hasn't opened yet, but it looks like it's getting closer to completion. This sort of brown and blue building is the Havana Panorama Hotel. Once you get past the Malecon, then the bus goes into more residential areas further inside the city. If you're 6'2", I wouldn't recommend standing up here. The tree branches and the power lines get very close to the top of the bus. If you're not careful, you might even get decapitated. This is my obligatory shot in front of a classic American car in Havana, Cuba. In Havana, there is also a cigar shop that holds the world record for the longest cigar ever rolled at 268 feet. I also did a day trip to Vinales in western Cuba. It started off as a light drizzle during this trip, but it was nothing major. Everything was still a go. It was all still a go. Unfortunately, after about an hour of this light drizzle, the road turned to this. But this was not a problem. Everything was still a go because the buses in Cuba are amphibious. On the opposite side of the road, you will notice that we're being approached by an amphibious Cuban motorcycle. No problems. At this point, I really regretted not bringing my fishing rod. I could have easily stuck it out the window and trolled for barracuda. The driver was liking and subscribing to my YouTube videos, even as he was doing 60 miles an hour down the freeway. No problems. Happily, we arrived alive in the beautiful Vinales Valley, a lush green tropical paradise. In Vinales, there's the Vinale Mural de la Prehistorica. This was commissioned by Fidel Castro and painted by Murillo, and it depicts Cuba's prehistoric history. Vinales is a tobacco growing area. This is a typical Cuban tobacco farm. The Cuban farmers are allowed to sell 10% of their crop. Here they're selling bushels of cigars for $90 Canadian each. If you bought these in the store, you would have to pay at least $30 Canadian more.